my fellow countrymen. Today is a historic day. Today is perhaps one of the most important days ever. It is Friday. And as we all know, Friday means tomorrow is the weekend. And we shall finally have a day off. I hereby declare that the days after Friday will be Saturday and Sunday, and they are the weekends in which we shall not do work. We shall... Hello, everyone. How's it going, everyone? Hey, how's it going, Raph, Balroth, Randy? Oh, Raph says, I needed this after today. I hope your day becomes super upbeat, and I hope I hope your rough day becomes a lot better. How's it going, Sams? I was the one who declared that Saturday and Sunday came after. I mean, I could have just gone Friday to Monday and just had you guys work, but I decided to give you a weekend. So, what do you want? You have to go to a party? Well, I hope you have fun at a party. Is it a party with a bouncy house, or is it one of those adult parties where you have to mingle and go, oh yeah, so the weather looks really nice today. God, as an adult party, oh man, you hang in there, okay? Shut up, Britton. Okay, anyway, what was I saying? Right, yeah, you know, when I was younger, I would always say, like, why do all adults talk about the weather? As I got older, I realized how valuable talking about the weather is. Oh man, you beat Dead Cells today? Awesome. I don't know how far I've gotten in Dead Cells. I really like Dead Cells, but I beat one of the guys. He has like a big sword, and then there was also like the time stop dude, and then there was like the first boss is usually pretty easy, the one that just marches at you, but then there's also like one that's like attached to chains. And anyway, ultimate technique is goodbye. Yeah. Any thoughts on yesterday's direct? Ooh, great question. There were quite a few things, right? I think somebody mentioned Tamagotchi Life. I don't actually know anything about Tamagotchi Life, but I know some people really like Tamagotchi Life, so yay. I was hoping for like a new like classic JRPG. We did get Dragon Quest, actually. I was actually shocked because I wasn't expecting Dragon Quest. Okay, do you know what I was not expecting? Another Somnium Files. Okay, like... I loved the Somnium Files, by the way. I freaking loved the Somnium Files. Like, there were so many simpable women in that game. I mean, there were so many good characters in that game. Oh, right. That's why I wasn't so hyped about the Dragon Quest, because it was already announced before. So, like, nothing new. Yeah. But yeah, I wasn't too, like, yay, but it's like, it wasn't too aw either. It was just like, oh, it's just, yeah, just new games, yay. But yeah, anyway, we're playing some, excuse me, I don't know why I'm coughing so much. We're no strong news. Yeah, there was nothing too strong. Yeah, let me see. Nintendo Direct 2025 games. Let me see what they had. I know, I'm using Kotaku. Ugh. Okay. Dragon Quest, the Somnium Files. Right, Rido is an Atlas game. I don't know, to be honest, I don't know very much about Atlas games. They all look the same to me. Like Metaphor, Persona, so on and so forth, they're all the same. They had more about ZA. What is ZA? How high do I think the sim counter? I think it's gonna go at least 20. Shadow Labyrinth. Patapon. I did not expect Patapon. Story of Seasons. Harvest Moon, essentially. Metroid Prime. Some Disney thing. Some weird thing. Some whatever Gradius is. Oh, they have Rift of the Necrodancer. I loved Crypt of the Necrodancer. It's another indie game. Like, nothing like super hypey. Tamagotchi. Oh, right. Pokemon ZA. Okay. Yeah, well, we'll see how that is. I mean, let's be real here. I loved the gameplay of Pokemon's Legends Arceus, but the more I played it, the more I realized how lazy the game development was. Like, the graphics were not that great. The quality was kind of meh. You know, people have been upset with the quality of Pokemon for a while now. Rhythm Heaven. You know we're gonna play that. And the virtual game cards. Wait, High on Life is coming to the Switch? That's I don't think that's appropriate for the audience. Fantasy Life, Frontier, something Saga Frontier, Monument Valley, it looks like a puzzle game. Golf, for some reason. But you ain't got rhythm? I got plenty of rhythm. Watch it. Oh, wait, let me clap to the beat. Yeah, look at that rhythm. Yeah, yeah. How's it going, Kioma? Some Marvel thing that's probably playing off of the hype of Marvel. Tamagotchi Life, Living the Dream. You know we like living the dream. And Nintendo. Yeah, that's it. I just proved you right. What are you talking about? Listen to this rhythm. Yeah, see, so on beat. You've been busy, not know what a signature assignment is. It's doing. Maybe you just get a bunch of signature. Well, I wish you all the best. They finally let you be gay in Tomodachi. Okay, I'm gonna tell you the funniest thing. So you guys know I've been playing Rise of the Ronin, and in Rise of the Ronin, the very first, like, literally, within 10 minutes of the game, so it's not really a spoiler, the very first thing you do is you fight a dude named Matthew Perry. Now, Matthew Perry is actually a person. Matthew Perry is a general in, I forgot what year, but, like, sometime in the 1800s. Matthew Perry sailed to Japan as a representative of America to try to open up Japan. I don't remember why exactly he wanted to, but essentially he put up a what is it? What do you call a barrier? Like a barrier of ships. What is a barrier of ships called? A blockade. Thank you. Yes. So he put up a blockade around Japan to force them to open their borders, and I think it was successful for the most part. But long story short, the actor Matthew Perry was an American general. Matthew Perry and his black ships. Okay, so where's Matthew Perry? Yeah, he was a Commodore. I apologize, because Commodore is like in the Navy or something like that. Long story short, he's a actual person, right? He's an actual person. He's a military person, and he led in the charge to force Japan to open their borders. So he's a real person. He is a real military person. And in the game Rise of the Ronin, you can have a gay romance with him. Yeah, you try to kill him at the very beginning of the game, and then after that, he's like, "Oh, you tried to kill me, but maybe you're not that bad." And then he's like, "You're my first Japanese friend." And then after that, he's all like, "I think I have feelings for you." It's so freaking funny. Oh, also in the game, you could be a hoe. You could be an absolute hoe in the game. I'm literally romancing every character I've met. There's another character named Sakamoto Ryoma. He was an actual person who tried to change the shogunate. in history. He's like a real person, and you could have a gay romance with him too. I just turned back and all I heard was gay romance with Matthew Fair. I know, it's freaking great. I freaking love it. The romance in that game is such a meme. I freaking love it. Anyway, but yeah, so long story short, sometimes romance is just hilarious in games. Anyway, I'm gonna turn on the air because it's kind of hot in here, and then after that, we're going to go start some Ace Attorney. Okay, anyway, so Rise of the Ronin is a dating sim. I mean, you're not wrong to that extent. You could give people gifts and you talk about their daily lives and like you like try to so Rise of the Ronin is a dating sim with extra steps, okay? Oh, that was a good crack. Ooh, yeah. Anyway, what was I saying about that? I forgot. Anyway. Should I make Susato a guy so she can compete for Ryu since I made him a girl? I mean, Susato is totally into Rei Membami, so I think she can be a girl. Wait, are we gender bending now? Dang, I should have never started playing Ace Attorney because I didn't realize what can of worms I was about to open up into this frickin' community. You guys are as bad as the Danganronpa community. Excuse you? Hey, what you do? Especially you, Sams. Alright, let me turn on my frickin' Switch. Only some of us are bad apples. I'm literally the only non-gray. We get compared to them all the time. You guys are worse than the Danganronpa fan. I like that. Well, welcome, man. Just thank you for proving my point. All right, anyway. All right, so we got our man here, and he is about to testify about his involvement with the Assassin Exchange. And so last time, we're just gonna go over it really quickly. Last time we demonstrated, can you guys hear this? I think you guys can. Last time we demonstrated that Seishiro is the one who shot Tobias Gregson. But that's not the end of it. Because there apparently is also a trial for the Reaper, which, who said that? But I guess it is now. The Reaper and the Assassin Exchange. I've never taken the life of another, nor have I instructed another to kill. I've been investigating the truth behind the Reaper for years, and I was aware of Gregson's involvement. That's the reason why I went to Fresno Street that day, and how I came to discover the body. The point is, no common thread exists between myself, Gregson, and Dr. Wilson. Certainly, therefore, there's no reason to suspect me of being behind the Assassin Exchange. So, you deny all accusations by the prosecution. Both that you are the Reaper of the Bailey, and that you masterminded the assassin exchange. Wait, is it it's master. Cambridge Dictionary. What is it, master or master? It is master.
Master.
And you masterminded the assassin exchange. I acknowledge that the public at large believe me to be the Reaper. However, that's a fallacy, which I alone am in a position to forswear. Naturally, the prosecution believes the testimony is just false. Ryunosuke Naruhodo? Yeah? Let me ask you, why are you here? What really brings you to this courtroom? You see, I have to pay Mr. Sholmes $250 to cover my rent, so that's why I'm here. A desire to be able to eat. Even if the truth proves your client to be guilty. I'm about to need $350, but rent is $4! From all my experiences in this courtroom, I've come to learn the truth can't be hidden. Sooner or later, it will come out. Did you read that on the fortune cookie? So it's always my intention to work with my client in pursuit of the truth. I want you to remember what you just said. Enough dilatory chatter. Counsels for the defense. Proceed to cross-examination of the witness. Yes, my lord! I know exactly what you're thinking, Kazuma. I know you're just waiting to point it out. The contradiction you've convinced lies somewhere within this man's testimony. Alright, here we go. I've never taken the life of the other. I have never Has he ever taken the life? I don't think he actually has. Well, we don't have any proof of it. I've never instructed anyone to kill. I've been investigating the truth behind the Reaper for years. I was aware of Gregson's involvement. The reason why I went to Fresno Street that day and how I came to discover the body. The point is no common thread exists between Gregson, Wilson, and me. I want to push this point. He's like, are you sure about that? Yes. Oh, dang it. The autopsy report, right? His brother and Inspector Gregson and John Wilson. Let's press him. Hold it! There is a link between you and Gregson, though. Of course. We were close acquaintances. We worked together on numerous cases together. Wait, we worked on numerous cases together. I considered the man to be a mentor of sorts. He taught me a number of important lessons. He did? Such as what? Licking doorknobs is illegal on other planets. What? Where to buy good fish and chips, and such like. Yeah, I mean that's valuable advice. Well, that was convincing. Dr. Wilson was a coroner, of course, but that was some time in the past. And in any case, I understand it was several years ago now that he was invited to work in Japan at a university. I mean, that's what he taught Gina too. He was good at that. That's right. He was a visiting professor at the Imperial Yume University in Tokyo. It should be unambiguously clear then that no link between myself and him exists. In other words, I had no motive for sending some assassin across the oceans to kill the man. Sounds plausible enough, and I want to believe it. But something about this doesn't sit right. Sorry, give me a quick moment. I'm feeling a little bit lightheaded. I need to get something to eat real quick. Be right back. Give me like 1 minute. I apologize, guys. It's been a really long day for me, and I'm really what is it? It's been a long day for me, and I didn't get like a big lunch, so I got a little bit hungry, and when I get hungry, I sometimes get lightheaded, so thanks for bearing with me. Anyway, how are you guys doing? So apparently there's no common thread between him and the victim. Are you sure? Are you sure? Alright, wait, where is it? Where is it? Are you sure about that? Are you sure? Are you sure about that? Are you sure about that? Are you sure? Are you sure about that? Are you sure about that?
Objection!
Yes. Oh, well, sorry about that. Oh wait, that was Clint! Oh my god, I'm dumb! I'm dumb! That was Clint, not Wilson! Oops! I'm really smart! No, you're really dumb. Yes, sir, I'm really dumb! Oh, my life hurts. Anyway. I thought I was super smart, but...
Objection!
I thought like, oh yeah, I'll show the picture. I'm sure that one will work too. I'm really smart, I promise. What is this? An autopsy report. I even had the cursor on the right evidence, and then I just like, you know what? I just kind of want to show the picture instead. Wait. This is 10 years old. From the autopsy of Lord Clint Van Zeeks. What? My brother's autopsy report. I'm pleased to see the defense doesn't intend to run from the undeniable truth. So here's a question for you. If I had just failed there, would the judge have said, well, not guilty, and and that would be it? I should have failed. I should have failed. Right? Because he's already not guilty, why am I putting in effort to make him guilty? So I actually had the right strategy. I was doing the right thing. Order in my court. What reason do you have for presenting a 10-year-old autopsy report here, counsel? This, the autopsy report of the victim, of the professor's final victim, is an indelible link between Inspector Gregson, Dr. Wilson, and the defendant. If you get a game over, Strongheart declares Van Geeks of being the Reaper. But Kazuma didn't even... Kazuma literally stated there is no evidence that proves him that he's the Reaper because he always had it out. Okay. Not that accursed name again. The professor. I've personally researched all of the court records relating to that case. And I know at the time, the autopsy was considered sacrilege to the victim's souls. And for a member of the aristocracy like Lord Clint Van Zeeks, it was unthinkable. But someone implored the powers that be to allow the autopsy to go ahead. Tobias Gregson. He declared that he was certain he would obtain conclusive proof from the procedure. And it was Dr. Wilson who conducted the autopsy. His signature is clearly visible on the document. As promised by Gregson, the autopsy did indeed produce evidence. Evidence that conclusively proved Genshin Asogi was guilty of causing multiple people to lose the 50-50. In my brother's dying moments, he mustered all his remaining strength to leave that vital clue behind. Indeed. That was the key to indicting the professor for his crimes and the conclusive evidence that convicted him. It enabled Lord Van Zeeks here to avenge his brother's senseless death with a marvelous victory in court. Thank you, Your Honor. Marvelous victory, was it? I wonder if that's really true. We never actually figured out what the evidence was that that caused Genshin to be guilty. What? Could the same be said if it turned out that the key piece of evidence was in fact fabric? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. And that's why Gregson was so confident. He was confident he could find something because he was the one that was producing it. If the inspector, the coroner, and the prosecutor all colluded together to cast an innocent Japanese man as a mass murderer and send him to his death, that's outrageous. And now, 10 years later, for some reason the secret has been threatened and are needing protection. Which is why the inspector and the coroner had to be silenced, isn't it? That's true. That's true. The coroner isn't allowed to meet with anyone. By someone in power in Japan and in Britain. Using the 2 killers recruited for the assassin exchange. Order. Order at once! 10 years ago, my father was convicted in this very country as a mass murderer, to be sentenced to death. But it was all a sham! And I swore to myself that I'd prove it. Which is why I had to come to Britain. Whatever the cost! I like wine. You'll have to forgive me if I feel compelled to toast to this vengeful Nibbonese's tenacity of purpose here. However, he who fails to quash his emotions in the courtroom is not worthy of being a lawyer. Come on, Kazuma, you know this won't wash. You're claiming your father was misrepresented in a trial that took place a whole decade ago? You can't see without evidence. There's nothing more than a wild accusation. As it happens, I have evidence. What? As this court heard, I crossed to the Channel to France with Gregson on the 31st. I went with him on the pretext of being the assassin recruited to kill Seishiro Jigoku. But my true intentions were to make the inspector tell me the truth. What truth? The truth about the evidence. And he acknowledged what I'd already deduced. There's a closely guarded secret about what went on in that autopsy 10 years ago. You love the ball? Oh, thank you. It's always the dramatic scenes that start to swell things up, you know? What secret? I know nothing of any secrecy. While we waited for my supposed mark in Jigoku's cabin, I drew my clan's illustrious sword, Karuma, before the inspector's eyes. He very quickly understood what my true motive was.
Right, so I see. You're that Shogi's young lad. Are ya? See? And what? You gonna cut me down with that thing? Is that it? I've seen sharper swords on a stooped up Japanese man with 3 cats.
I'll very much depend on the answers you give to my questions. I want to know what really happened 10 years ago. The truth. That's all.
Before we get into it, let me make one thing clear. See? I still believe your father was the professor. There's no doubt in my mind. Meh. But unfortunately, back then, we didn't have the evidence we needed to make the crime stick. Meh, see?
So you admit it then? The evidence used in my father's trial was fabricated.
It was for the good of the country. Meh.
Damn. Frickin' damn. There's no... He believed the professor was his father, but he didn't have any proof, so he had to make one up. Oh my god. Man, this is some corrupt BS. He was the one who pushed for the autopsy. Yeah, Gregson was the one who pushed for the autopsy, but... well, at least according to Gregson, right? According to Gregson, he believed... I still believe your father was the professor, but unfortunately, we didn't have the evidence. So he had to fabricate it. Yeah. So he believed it, but he didn't know for sure, but he was like, we gotta catch someone, and I think it's him, so we might as well just find a way to put him away.
Anyway, I was just following orders. Man, see?
Damn. What a conundrum when people say, I'm following orders. Who's at fault? I don't know. You feel like, you think, I mean, it's possible he didn't think it back then, and after 10 years, he slowly convinced himself that he did the right thing. It's possible. Orders. What exactly did you do? Speak!
I'm not saying another word. Man, good soldiers follow orders.
Even if your life depends on it?
That's right. Even then.
Did you actually try to kill him? So that's when the tip of the sword broke. Kazuma-sama, you scratched a perfectly good traveling case. Now we can't put food inside without ants getting in. If the results of Clint Van Zeek's autopsy were fabricated, the investigating officer Gregson, the lead coroner Wilson, must have known about it. And they can have only been ordered to pervert the course of justice in that way by one man. The man leading the case for the prosecution. Barack Obama Van Zeeks! Maybe he didn't have regrets and then Gina... Yeah, maybe... I don't know. I don't know, man. Maybe Gregson would have seen the light if he just spent a little bit more time with his daughter, you know?
The mission, the nightmare, they're finally over.
In other words, the defendant did have cause to organize this exchange of assassins. A serious moment has to be ruined. Thanks, Obama! Exactly. As was established earlier. It has to be the Reaper himself, who liaised with Jigoku in Japan to arrange the exchange. So it follows that the Reaper's true identity can can only be that of one man who stands accused in this courtroom today. Barak von Zeeks!
Objection!
Oh. Kazuma Asogi. What? What you've just told the court? Are you absolutely certain of your facts? Did Gregson really fabricate evidence for the trial 10 years ago? I heard it with my own ears. His shameful admission. What was the evidence? We don't know! Tell us! In that case, I know. The name of the Reaper. What? What? Lord Van Zeeks! I gave no such orders, that I know for certain. Which narrows down the remaining possibilities to one. It had to be someone higher than him. If Lord Van Zeeks isn't the one behind all this, then yes, there's only one other person who could have done something like that. I believe I know who it is too. You. I just had a feeling this name was going to come up. The true identity of the infamous Reaper of the Bailey is... Iris Wilson.
No, Runo, you'll never catch me.
Male Strongheart.
Take that!
The only person who could have arranged the assassination exchange and manipulated the autopsy reports or results is the Lord Chief Justice himself. Lord Male Strongheart! What? Lord Strongheart! Man, we can't win. He's literally the one that makes the decisions. Yes. If 10 years ago the defendant handled the prosecution of the professor case in court, but he only took the case after his brother, Lord Van... Do you guys remember who the original prosecutor was supposed to be? Oh my god. It comes full circle. It was supposed to be Strongheart's case. It's not that he was the senior, it's that he was specifically the senior prosecutor. Oh my... Iris, we need your help. We need your help to defeat him. I can only assume that this is the most inappropriate joke in British judicial history. Nuh-uh. Your mama's so fat, she could sell shade. Oh, that's the most inappropriate joke. You have a point. Well, Lord Van Zeeks? Saying Strongheart is evil shouldn't be... I mean, you look at him, the first thing you think is, yeah, he's probably the final boss. Strongheart is greater than Manfred and Dahlia. Oh my god. I mean, Dahlia was. I mean, okay, no spoilers, but dang, Wait, if this was all Strongheart's doing, then Strongheart is responsible for just about every single case that we've taken on so far. I mean, maybe with the exception of the Natsume case. No, but even the Natsume case had, like, what is it? One of the Natsume cases had evidence for the previous, like, every single case is related to Strong. Oh my god. I was very new to my profession, but I had a burning desire to avenge my brother's death, so I pleaded for control of the case. The investigation to that point. The supplication of the lords to allow my brother's corpse to be examined. All the evidence I was given. The autopsy reports. It all came from you. I've spent my life believing I was in your debt for the way you stood aside and let me handle the case. I see. I was very much mistaken. There was a hugely influential force that caused the inspector and the coroner to break the law 10 years ago. And that same force was still felt a decade later on the other side of the world by Seishiro Jigoku. Lord Strongheart, everything falls into place when we recognize that you are the Reaper of the Bailey! The court awaits your response, my lord. But you see, no Reaper could ever have as fabulous legs as mine. This may very well go down in British judicial history, but I assure you, it is no joke. Consider this a formal accusation by the defense. It doesn't warrant a response. A formal accusal. Don't be absurd. The defense's claims are utter nonsense. A wild fantasy at best. You're not gonna defend yourself? You claim there was some wrongdoing with Lord Clint Van Zeek's autopsy. That is utterly untrue. Objection! Oh, here he comes! I heard it from Gregson's lips. He admitted to it. Unfortunately, dead men tell no confessions. And where's your evidence? Oh crap, he got me. Gregson is dead now. Unless you are thinking of summoning a ghost to the Okay, I'm going to be honest. In this series, that is very possible. You mean to say... I forgot how the system in your little backwater country works. We were just talking about Dahlia. I know, man. Strongheart, he's literally killed all the witnesses, right? What's her name? Dr. Scythe is in solitary. Gregson is dead. Wilson is dead. Asogi, well, obviously Asogi is dead. What is his name? Baroque Van Zeeks was essentially his indentured servant. It's like literally everyone. Jigoku was it? Because he was in the ministry position, he was forced to what is it? He was forced to comply with Strongheart or something like that. It's like he has controlled every single person. Like there is like this is the true mafia. It's like the only person who could beat him is Iris, the person who was not involved that she could set up the entire criminal network. Bring Maya's. We gotta bring Maya's great-great-grandma or something. I have no intention of entertaining some wild fantasy that can't possibly be sustained by anyone or anything! Order in my court. Following Inspector Gregson's murder, and in the light of Dr. Wilson's death as well, there's really no one left who could testify about the events of 10 years ago. Now is there? So that was the real purpose of the assassin exchange. This court has no business raking over the coals of a case that was concluded a decade ago. The accusal brought by the prosecution and the defense is categorically denied. I take it there are no objections. Think. Is there someone who was involved in the case that he might not know about? I don't think he knows. Does he know? Does he know? Does he know? He doesn't know. He doesn't know. He's more or less waited this whole life for this moment. Is there really nothing else we can do? Is there no other avenue we can go down in pursuit of the truth? That's why he's the GOAT. He's the GOAT, baby. There's one person left. We got him. Eugene tap dances in the court. How's it going, me?
It's all right. Susato's daddy, or Susie's daddy, you may testify.
Thank you, my lady. He's gone to extraordinary lengths to cover his tracks. Even so far as dispatching an incredibly beautiful assassin all the way to Japan to ensure Dr. Wilson's silence. And Dr. Scythe won't say anything against Strongheart. I wonder why Dr. Scythe is so loyal to Strongheart. It's like, I can only imagine someone would be that loyal if, like, they threatened their kids. Maybe Strongheart has, like, some sort of threat on, Maria, in which case we gotta save him. So close. There was no way we were getting through the stream without a simp. But there's still one ray of hope. Ooh. Let's do it. Yeah, looks like, I gotta say, Strongheart and Van Zieks have the same scowl. I need my Godot juice. He has dirt and absolutely has threatened Maria. Yeah, totally. I totally believe that. Actually, there is one person. One person who could still testify about that autopsy. The British bitch Scott. Jeez. Jesus, you guys. Don't be ridiculous. There's no one left. Who, Ryunosuke? Tell me! Kazuma, I think it should be obvious. Please. This trial can't come to an end. Not yet! I'm not doing this for you. I'm doing this for the truth. The ultimate weapon who will defeat the final boss is you.
Take that!
Heaven help us. Another Japanese. What the heck does that mean? What the frick, man? What the frick, man? Maybe it's not. Maybe it's not Van Zeeks who's racist. Maybe he just grew up in a racist environment. I'm tired of all this Nipponese. An expert in forensic medicine, my lord. Professor Yujin Mikotoba. 16 years ago, he came to London with Seishiro Jigoku and Genshin Asogi, where he met Herlock Sholmes and went on zany adventures together. I'm Herlock Sholmes. What was that? I was coming up with a theme song. And what could his testimony possibly tell us? Herlock Sholmes the musical. They're gonna have like a Saturday morning cartoon. Herlock and it's gonna be Sholmes and Mikotoba. Professor Mikotoba was the primary assistant during the autopsy. They have a theme. It's partners. Partners. The game is afoot. That is a good theme. He was also the person who actually penned the report. Incorrect. The autopsy was carried out by the coroner. He really doesn't know. Oh my god, we got him! This is like, he was prepared for everything. We just needed to find one thing he wasn't prepared for. This is the thing I've learned about life. The thing I have learned about life is that people who are really, 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 really meticulous in preparation, when one thing goes wrong, they don't know how to handle it. Like, they'll just fall apart. But I can say that because I'm one of them. I'm one of those people who I need to plan everything out, because when something doesn't go well, like, I'm like, oh my god, I don't know what to do anymore. Like, I am very much that type of person, so. Yeah. Strongheart, yeah, he's absolutely the cartoon villain. And yeah, he's absolutely super meticulous. Absolutely. Do I have an anime? Oh, I'll have to check it out later. All right, we got this. We got this. Let me think. I was just, sorry. I was trying to think about how exactly this was going to go and trying to plan. But anyway, you'd like to see? Yeah. We'll definitely check it out later. The clocks in his office prove my... That is true! Literally, he's always saying, like, I need to plan this, I need to do that. And you guys remember when he goes off by, like, 5 minutes? Like, when he's off schedule by 5 minutes, he's actually off schedule by, like, 5 hours. It's like, that's actually who he is.
It was the primary assistant's duty to keep a written record during the procedure. In actual fact, the coroner merely read over the report at the end of it and signed it. Just like Manakyn's PhD advisor, where Manakyn wrote all the papers, and then she looked over it and she was like, no, you have to rewrite it. And then he rewrote it again, and then he was like, no, you have to rewrite it. And then he went back to the first one, and she said, oh, this one looks great. Is the streamer projecting his frustrations and woes of his studies in school? Yes, he is.
In other words, Professor Mikotoba witnessed the entire autopsy, from start to finish. You feel smart and validated now. Yeah. Honestly. Yeah. The defense demands that Mikotoba be summoned as a witness, as a matter of urgency. Whatever really happened in that autopsy laboratory 10 years ago is something only he can tell us. Denied. Well, that's all I got. Professor Mikotoba is in London at this very moment. We can summon him to the witness. We can summon him to the stand in minutes. On what grounds? Because I said so. Well, dang, I can't beat that. No, of course he's not going to agree to it. Strongheart has no intention of summoning anyone who knows. He's too concerned about protecting himself. Prosecutor Asogi. Let me refresh your memory, as you seem to have forgotten the prosecution's stance. Only minutes ago, you accused the defendant of being the Reaper and of masterminding the assassin exchange. I did, yes. So, present your evidence for those claims and make your case complete. I don't know what's right and wrong anymore. At this time, I don't have the requisite evidence. That's exactly why we need witness testimony. The professor case is closed. There are no... Am I inventing Kazuma finally learned to think! I have to think for myself! There are no clues in the distant past that will bolster your argument today. I'm afraid to say, Prosecutor Asogi. It would appear you are possessed by the spirit of your late, psychotic, homicidal maniac of a father. The father I knew wasn't a maniac. Now, as I stated earlier, this court has already reached a conclusion with respect to the matter at hand. Inspector Gregson was murdered by Japanese Supreme Court Judge Seishiro Jigoku. As for any hidden circumstances that may exist, they will be investigated in due course by the proper authorities.
Yeah, that you'll assign.
Objection.
But we all know what will happen. That'll give the mastermind of this whole venture time to cover his tracks. He was a good man. Even though I didn't have a baseball glove, he would still throw the baseball to me. By which you mean? Your punishment for this contemptible behavior will be decided at a later date. As for you, Prosecutor Asogi, you will be remanded.
Is it remanded? It's remanded, right?
It remanded following these proceedings. Willingly, I trust, since you gave your word. This futile game of revenge is over, Master Asogi.
Don't give up. Don't give up, man. Don't give up.
That will be all. Cool. He's here! He's here! Save us, Mr. Schultz! No. This is no place for amateur detection, Mr. Sholmes. May I remind you that these proceedings are closed to the general public. You will leave the court at once.
Objection.
Mr. Sholmes was instrumental in the apprehension of Seishiro Jigoku before he fled from Europe. He's here. It's Sholmes, baby. Okay, let's see. The court should hear what he has to say. Oh, Lord Miles Strongheart! It's imperative that you refrain from bringing this trial to an end at this stage. Oh. Is it really? And why would that be? You need only recall your words from the opening of the trial to answer that question. If I may, we will stop at nothing to uncover the whole truth behind these disturbing findings. Ha! Oh, I'm sorry, I should have did my male Strongheart impression. We shall only discover nothing to find the truth. Ha ha ha! I'm so strong. Ha ha! I'm Strongheart. Surely it can't be. That in the shock of being accused of being the raper, yourself has erased that from your memory. Can it? Oh no, you must have a terrible memory. You think you can be a judge? The whole truth, sir, has already been uncovered. The whole truth, sir, has already been uncovered. Oh, you're so silly. It would seem that we have a great many important members of the judiciary present here today. I put it to you, my dear fellows. Should the trial end at this juncture, let me hear you scream! After all, why have you been invited to attend? To nod along at the provocations of your superiors? Boo! Order in the court! Ah! It seems to me we stand before a door that leads to a new era of legal practices. A door that is ajar. Wait a second. It's not a jar, it's a door. Is this one of the many conundrums of the world? Anyway, let us emerge from the shadows of the Reaper's decade-long ascendancy. For you and you alone, my dear fellow. We'll now have the power to push this door open. The auditors in the gallery have no right to express an opinion on court proceedings. Silence! He's right. Oh, the judge has absolute authority. Yes. Oh yeah, if he called the trial to the end. But what does that really do? I sense dark things occurring behind the scenes. Dark things indeed. Is there a single person here? They're all from different parts of the world, right? What's... The trial should go on. Summon the witness. Yeah, that's right. We need to clear this up for the young Japanese fellow. Is there a single person here? Look, that text went by too fast. We live in a society. Oh, whoops. There's my armband. Kazuma, lift up your head, man. My lord, you assured those present would uncover the truth. Vindicate yourself on this outlandish ways. The whole truth and nothing but the truth, and the very firm foundation of the British law. A toast to my dependable colleagues in the gallery. The gallery's just screen chat. Testify! Testify! Can you imagine a bunch of like legal professionals just chanting in like a crowd? Testify! Testify! Well, my lord, you hear the voice of British justice, I take it. You think you'll find it rather awkward to silence? I've tried. The court will recess briefly. I have no intention of shrinking from these allegations. That's right, Kazuma. Bailiff, arrange for the subpoena of the witness at once. Oh yeah, my lord. Yeah, I can get him in 5 minutes flat. You bet, boy. As soon as the gentleman arrives in court, we shall reconvene. Yeah, I'll be faster than a jackrabbit in a pickle barrel. A recess won't be necessary, my lord. Pardon. Miko Toba is a close friend of mine. He actually accompanied me today and is waiting in the antechamber as we speak. Oh, what a fun! I do believe he's enjoying a little trip down memory lane, in fact. What? Professor Miko Toba is here in the courthouse? I mean, he was invited to the proceedings, right? Mr. Sholmes, you didn't know this would happen, did you? My dear fellow! Remember what you told me! That's impossible! I am very dumb. I wasn't just asking for the fun of it, you know. I must thank you for your assistance in this matter, Mr. Sholmes. How's it going, Vivi? He was smuggled from a case. However, you are of no further use here. Kindly leave the courtroom. Oh, but of course, in truth, I find myself rather busy now as a result of these developments. Mr. Naru Hodo. Yes. I trust you have Iris's little lucky charm with you. Absolutely. It's still in my pocket. She sends her regards and a reminder. If you find yourself at a dead end, the ears are at your disposal. Just one tug, if you please. Of course. Thanks, Mr. Schultz. In that case, the trial will continue without delay. Bailiff, show the witness to the stand. Well, toodaloo, my dear fellows. So it's Lord Strongheart, the Reaper of the Bailey. There's no one in the audience right now who would have predicted this. Who would have thought that Lord Strongheart was evil? I bet you not a single person ever predicted it. I, for one, would have never seen this coming. Just how deep am I about to be plunged into the blackness of the abyss? Well, I'm ready. I'm ready to head into the heart of the maelstrom and confront whatever horrors it tries to drown me under. He's talking like this. You're telling me the guy who was running the show was using his position to be corrupt? That never happens. That's like the first time in history that's ever happened. Actually, no further questions, Professor Mikotoba. You can stand down. Hey, Maria. I have a few questions for you that I'm going to ask. So, where were you tomorrow night if a handsome lawyer invited you to dinner? You were hoping we could be simp-free? I'm sorry. Ain't no such thing as simp-free here. Oh, Miss Maria. So, witness, please state your name and occupation for the court, and also, who the heck are you? Eugene Mikotoba, lecturer in forensics medicine at Imperial University, Yume University in Tokyo, Japan.
Is this man dead? Is this man dead? Can I dissect him? He seems dead. Look at him. No, I saw him blink. No, now he's not blinking anymore. He must be. Oh, he blinked again. Maybe I'll wait. Now I think he's dead now. Oh, no, he blinked again. I'll keep waiting.
He's only dead on the inside. She recognizes Uncle Eugene. Oh my god, yes! He totally has babysat Maria before. Absolutely. And Professor Mikotoba, the young lady beside you is... this is Dr. Maria Gori. Scotland Yard's practicing coroner. Daughter of Dr. Seiss, I understand. Yes, Dr. Scythe. I'm afraid I cannot tell you why she's here. She just followed me and called me Uncle Eugene. Oh, right, I know her now.
You told me that next time I see you, you'd be dead.
I didn't expect to run into you so quickly.
You summoned this strange My favorite Japanese uncle as a witness to the autopsy. But you don't summon Mama. That makes no sense. She was there too.
That's about the size of it. I've had her eyes boring onto the side of my cheek constantly, while I was in the antechamber too. Poor man. The idea is making me shudder. The revelations about Dr. Scythe came to light some days ago. That came to light some days ago, defiled the reputation of the entire judiciary. She was therefore deemed unfit to appear as a witness. The Ministry of Justice's decision is final. Well, we wouldn't want any more perjury committed, would we? Oh, that was... No, of course there will be no perjury here. Right, Lord Strongheart? I like to imagine Van Zieks is slowly becoming more and more petty.
That man scares me.
Oh, right, she's British.
That man scares me.
The Minister of Justice. Some questionable strings are being pulled, I think. I remember you, Dr. Mako Toba. But I certainly never expected to be meeting you under these circumstances. Hey, 久しぶり, Lord Strongheart. The prosecution understands that you were a visiting student of forensic science in London until 10 years ago. Hey, that's right. I studied under Dr. Wilson at St. Sinus. So you were present at the autopsy of my brother, Lord Clint Van Zieks. I was, yes. I assisted Dr. Maria's still staring at him, this time through the mask. I assisted Dr. Wilson with the entire procedure. Yuji just curses at him.
Mama's far more skilled than any Japanese man, even though he is my favorite Japanese uncle.
Well, Dr. Wilson asked me to be his primary assistant on that occasion.
And I believe the autopsy report was actually penned by you.
Yes. I noted all of the doctor's findings when we were done. He read through the entire document and signed it.
Poor Mama. A secondary assistant. She wouldn't have had such a good view of all the innards. Oh, I know how she liked to smell the small intestine.
Okay. Ryunosuke, you're attracted to her? Look, Kazuma, I can fix her. Okay, she is pretty cute. Fair enough. So, Professor, do you remember Inspector Gregson? Hey, yes, of course. If it wasn't for his insistence, Lord Van Zieks' autopsy would have never happened. I can fix her, mixing my, oh no, oh god. Don't project my simping. Look, let me have this one. But he was absolutely convinced that it would have revealed decisive evidence against Genshin, you see. So Lord Strongheart had to entreat the nobility to allow it to take place. Do correct me if I'm wrong, my lord. It was a result of the autopsy that a mass murderer was apprehended and justice was done, allegedly. But Gregson admitted it before he was killed. He admitted the results of the autopsy were fabricated.
You
who were there at the time. You must testify. You have an obligation to tell the truth about what really went on!
Absolutely. That is precisely why I'm here. May I please trade places with Baroque? I feel threatened by this small girl.
And that's why I'm here too.
Very well then. You will give a formal testimony, witness. But before you begin, word of warning. Oh. You will state truthfully and accurately what you saw and what you heard. I wouldn't dream of doing otherwise, my lord. Otherwise, you would kill me too. What? I'm being passive-aggressive. The moment your testimony verges on supposition, I will expel you from my courtroom. Remember that.
Alright, Mikotoba, you got this. You got this. You got this. Come on, Mikotoba, you got this. You got this. Autopsy.
From my own observations, I could not say there was any indication of the autopsy results being fabricated. This resulted from a wound made by a Western sword.
Death resulted from a wound made by a Western-style sword transfixing the heart. Western-style... Okay, so it said... Death from a single stab wound. So they said it's a Western-style sword. So it's like a fencing sword, maybe? So he wasn't fencing with Karuma? I don't know. It's go time, it's go time. We got this. Go, Yujin. I thought he would have fought with his katana, but maybe he fought with a rapier or something.
There were no other signs of internal... Oh, there were no other signs of internal injury.
I was Never mind you, go on ahead.
Nothing questionable at all. It was just beautiful. But it was just that beautiful but dangerous piece of evidence. Removed from the man's...
Finally, we're gonna figure out what that evidence is!
Presumed to have been swallowed by the victim, as a way of posthumously identifying his assailant.
What, he like swallowed his ID or something like that? I'm gonna swallow this, so in the event that they decide to do an autopsy on me, which I'm pretty sure they won't do anyway because that was not a thing, they can see my ID as like, oh, here's the California driver's license. Dang, it was Genshin, guys. No indication? Nothing to suggest fabrication? Professor Mikotoba, are you certain about that? Genshin's from California.
Well, nothing that I could positively identify as such. Much less swear to in testimony.
Actually, I'm gonna be honest, if Mikotoba's strategic here, he's being smart. Because he knows that, what's his name? The judge will throw him out the moment he pushes supposition. Or even if it's not supposition, the moment he tries to push a little bit, he, the judge will kick him out. So even though he might be in support of Naruhodo and Asogi, taking this stance helps him stay in court. It's actually really strategically clever. And I'd like to think that I'd like to think that he's on their side, but he's doing this specifically so he can continue to testify. I think that's like a legitimate thing that lawyers train witnesses to do, but I don't know for sure. I don't remember for certain. And if Strongheart was smart, he would realize that this could be a strategy. But looks like he's just too arrogant right now.
I laugh in British. Well, that clears things up nicely. The only fabrication here, Asogi, has come from you. What? You claim the inspector confessed just before his death. But that is the fabrication! No. He freely acknowledged it, I swear he did! Freely. With the tip of a sword at his throat. The man was clearly at his wits' end.
Ooh. Okay, Strongheart knows how to lawyer.
The court will give no credence to this confession that was uttered in obvious desperation. Quite simply, there was nothing questionable about the investigation of Lord Clint Van Zyx. And with this testimony we have, without question, uncovered the whole truth of the matter.
I have a knife. Who let this in?
Why does she have a knife, bailiff?
Well, I tried to take it from her, but she told me she'd cut me, so I just said, okay, you can take it. Man, can you, like, I always say this. Okay, I always say this. If you are in court and someone is about to get a not guilty verdict, and you look over at the defendant, and he's going, you can't catch me! I knew you couldn't catch me! Can you imagine if you were in court and you just see the defendant like going off in like maniacal laughter? You feel like me? Essentially, yes. I know, poor Kazuma. He's getting destroyed, man.
If I may, my lord. There was most certainly something questionable. And the whole truth does rather elude us, I fear.
Matt freaking Matt Ungarden, his scarred ass.
I beg your pardon. Well, you're obviously aware of the facts of the case. All 4 of the professor's previous victims.
They were killed by dog, but Clint Van Zyx was killed by sword.
Died when an enormous beast was set upon them and ripped their throats out.
Such horrifying crimes.
But curiously, the killer's last victim, Lord Clint Van Zyx, suffered a different fate.
Yes, you're right.
He died by skill issue in a duel.
That's enough. I believe I warned you about this witness.
Is he going to use that as supposition? I mean, in theory, he shouldn't be saying that. That's correct. In theory, that is... you could probably make an argument for speculation. Oh no, oh no, oh no.
I promised to curtail your testimony as soon as it entered the realms of supposition.
Very well, my lord. In that case, the defense will pursue a conclusion to this during cross-examination.
What?
I have the right to cross-examine. It's written here.
Page 35, section B.
Page 35, section B.
I need to get that book from her.
And I fully intend to exercise that right.
Ryunosuke.
I'm afraid even the presiding judge has no authority to contravene the letter of the law, as I'm sure every member of this judiciary present in the gallery would agree.
He tries to touch the book and throws it. How would you guys feel if there was just like a I don't know, like an 18-year-old girl next to you with a massive meat cleaver?
Very well. You may begin, counsel. However, the moment your argument strays from established facts, I will not hesitate to bring the cross-examination to an end. Proceed with caution.
Scaroused. That's a pretty accurate word. All right, proceed with caution, baby. Autopsy, autopsy, autopsy. Oh, thank God, I got all my health back. Oh, thank God. Okay, autopsy reports. Death resulted from a wound made by... Okay, we all know what we're here for, okay? No other signs, nothing questionable. It was just that beautiful but dangerous piece of evidence. Right, they have hid this from me for so long. Tell me what the frickin' thing was.
Hold it!
What exactly was it? What does beautiful but dangerous mean?
Well, it was sparkly and round, with a hole, as if it might slip over a finger, perhaps.
Wait, what?
It was a ring belonging to... It was his persona. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God, it was his persona. Oh my God. This trial comes full circle, baby. Oh my God. My father's ring was inside the victim's stomach. At the time, Genshin wore a large ring on the digitus quartus of his left hand. Force or ring finger.
No, thanks for the suggestion, Raph. I will, I'll keep that in mind. It depends on how long this testimony goes, but I'll keep it in mind.
I understand there was some sort of keepsake.
To think we were making Persona jokes when we had no idea. I know, right? Oh my freaking God. I thought it was like he takes off the ring and summons his persona. Turns out he did take off the ring to summon his persona. That's how he defeated Clint in the duel. He summoned his persona to beat Clint. It rings about... Get out, Randy. God damn it. When my father left for Japan for London 16 years ago, I was only 8. But I remember that ring. He would sit late at night, talking to it, saying that one day, whoever he was talking to would meet me, and that they should take good care of me. But I don't remember why. There was never anyone in the room. Why did he wear that ring? What was the word he used to say? Personage? I don't remember. The ring, I know, I cannot believe the ring was actually important. I cannot believe this. How's it going, Indigo? You do? My father's possessions were sent to our family home in Japan after his death, but the ring wasn't among them.
Obviously not. It was a key piece of evidence. It remains under lock and key in the stores at Scotland Yard to this day. And after the autopsy, Genshin Impact was summoned by the police to check for the presence of the ring. It was not on his hand, of course. Moreover, there were deep abrasions on his finger where it had been pulled off.
Dang. Wait, does that mean they knew that he could summon his persona, so they had to separate him from the ring? I cannot believe this is an entire headcanon that I'm taking seriously right now. That's exactly what happened.
They arrested the man then and there, right before my eyes. How could they?
I brought the ring along with me today.
Oh my god, she's best girl. Oh my god, best girl Maria Gori. Oh my, you can't even claim that this is simp because this isn't simp. She's just the freaking best girl, man. Oh my goodness. What? Oh, that you are not going to tell me that that's not a persona ring. Okay? You cannot tell me that there isn't some sort of demon that lives inside that goddamn ring. Susato holds that? Well, I don't see Susato bringing no ring as evidence, okay?
Here it is, a bit dusty from years in the stores.
Good gracious. Ah, good gracious. Yes, that's it. I haven't seen it in 10 long years.
Susato, okay, fair enough. Susato did bring a cat flappo mat.
And that was found inside the victim's stomach. Yes, I am afraid so.
Did you see them take it out of the stomach? Did you see them actually take it out? You hesitated there, Professor Mikotoba. Should we read into that?
It's just that thinking back now.
Like, careful how you phrase this. Careful how you phrase this because Strongheart is very much, judging every single word.
I didn't actually witness the moment it was extracted from the victim's body.
Who could have seen this coming? Wow, not even my big book of everything could have predicted this.
It's not like it's right here on page 7! Yeah, that was pretty obvious. Yeah, it was.
At precise that moment, Dr. Wilson asked me to fetch him a new scalpel.
Is it one of the 500 scalpels they've been buying? God damn it. They totally set him up. Oh my freaking god.
Dr. Gory. The removal of historic evidences from the stores requires my consent. Does it not?
Oh, that's true. The 500 scalpels comes after the professor incident.
If it requires your consent, why do I have it with me, Lord Strongheart?
She just runs away. However it came to be here, the court cannot deny that this is crucial evidence.
Very well. You may submit it.
Hold on. It's not the sort of ring normally seen in Japan. It almost looks like there were claws protecting that jewel because there must be some sort of monster trapped inside, like a persona. That was the word, Naruhodo! Persona!
These fat claws are doing a good job protecting the equally fat gemstone. Naruhodo, that's fat shaming. Yeah, if you were clumsy, you could give yourself a rather nasty cut.
Ow! Now my finger's bleeding! Wait, wow, that was really easy.
That was very quick clumsiness, Mr. Naruhodo, even for you.
Yeah, Clint was like, okay, now that I'm dying. Oh yeah, he totally stole Tsumugi Shirogane's finger sucking techniques. Who would make such a dangerous ring? Couldn't swallow it without doing yourself some fairly serious Is that blue text important?
A sticky mochi bun of that size would go down much better, with some red bean paste in the middle.
Stop, Susato, now I'm getting hungry! No one as clumsy as me would probably manage to choke on it somehow. Wait, hold on. Where's the autopsy? Here. Here. No internal trauma noted anywhere in the body. No internal trauma, right? Here's a question. Okay, Naruhodo just touched it. And he saw it caused bleeding. I'm trying to think, if this thing is going down the esophagus, and the esophagus was contracting. Let me look at the ring. It would tear it to shreds. I mean, you are the medical person in this in this chat. But I just want to say, I mean, these parts seem to be pretty sharp. I mean, maybe it wouldn't cut here. Let me think, how big is my finger compared to the ring is like... Oh, so the ring is like this big. Like, it's like this big. That's pretty big. Like, if I have my finger out there... All right, a little bit smaller. It's like this big. And that's still pretty big. Yeah, that's a really big ring. Something this size clearly isn't making it down. You know, that's what they said about chewing gum. The esophagus is smaller than you'd expect. Is it? Huh. You know, I always say this. Do you guys ever realize that our bodies are actually just a massive donut? Because food goes in one end and it comes out the other. Which means we're really just a big donut, right? We just have one hole that goes through the entire... We're in a complicated tube. Right! Don't war crime me for telling the truth. The hole is our... Exactly, right? And the food is like donut holes. Friendly reminder that the nose is actually only a single hole. Yes, yes, it's like one of those branching paths that ends up in the same place. It's like, you know how like where like that comic that there's like the illusion of choice. It's like there's the illusion of breathing through your left hole, there's the illusion of breathing through your right hole, but in reality, it all leads to the same hole.
We must examine it very carefully, Mr. Naruhodo. Very carefully.
Well, we got the ring. There were no signs of internal injury. I think we already have it. I think we have it.
Hold it!
I was trying to present, but whatever. Let me check. We have a lot of evidence. We have 4 pages of evidence. Sharp enough to leave a nasty scratch. Oh, they actually write it. But you weren't actually present at the autopsy.
Mama told me stories every night about the blood and the internal organs. She always told me which parts to smell. Does that matter?
Well, actually, yes, it kinda does. I mean, it'd be different if your mother, Dr. Scythe, were in the stand, but...
I've read all the paperwork of the case, and Mama's told me
Oh my god, she really does have bedtime stories about autopsies. Oh my god. Okay.
Mama, tell me a story.
Well, alright. Well, this one time, there was a man. He was 5'7". When he came into the autopsy room, he was completely naked. His left foot had been clean cut off.
Oh, that's so interesting, Mama.
And so, I started cutting his organs. Of course, I started with the stomach.
Oh, you started with the stomach again? Oh, please tell me more. Tell me about the one with the piss straw.
What the frick?
The statement I made is exactly what's written in the autopsy report.
I did confirm that myself at the time. It's true. Besides the stab wound, there were no other signs of internal trauma.
I see.
Mama told me all about it.
Oh?
She said there was nothing of note internally. But I did find an amazing piece of evidence. Something unbelievable.
Unbelievable? What do you mean? Come on, Dr. Gory, what is it? Maybe the streamer should have pressed these statements in order so that the game doesn't seem to veer off in a random weird way. There were no other signs of injury. Do we got it? Do we got it?
Objection!
Oh? The court has heard that the ring was extracted from the victim's stomach. But you didn't actually see it removed, did you, Professor Mikoto?
I literally just told you that 5 minutes ago. That's right. As I said, literally 5 minutes ago.
Have I been promoted from 15 IQ?
At the moment, I was fetching a replacement scalpel that Dr. Wilson requested.
In other words, you can neither confirm nor deny whether this ring was in fact really from the victim's stomach.
What are you suggesting, Counsel?
See, there's no way he could have swallowed that persona ring, because it would have killed him. The ring would have exploded. Clint Van Zieks wasn't strong enough to handle the persona. That ring was never in the victim's stomach to begin with. It's entirely feasible that Dr. Wilson fabricated the details about the autopsy.
What are you saying? That Dr. Wilson?
That Dr. Wilson was in possession of the ring in advance, and after it was somehow stolen from Mr. Asogi. He produced it during the procedure, pretending to have found it then and there in the victim's stomach.
Objection!
Supposition at best. What possible evidence do you have to support such a rash claim? Clint Van Zieks was he's the persona eater. This evidence right here. That's the autopsy. It's explicit in that report, Counsel. Other than the ring, nothing unusual was noted internally. So I'm not sure how you intend to prove your point. You've already done it for me, my lord. Oops. 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 Did I hear you get? Let me hear you go. Oops. The lack of internal injury says it all. What? To swallow a ring of this size would require considerable effort and determination. You know what they say? Everything is edible if you try hard enough. But not a persona. And in addition to its size, there are sharp claws around the gemstone. My brother was a determined man. I literally said, this is a massive ring and be difficult to swallow. And Van Zeeks literally responded, yeah, but my brother could do it. He's awesome. Even more so, I'm sure. He would have stopped at nothing to ensure an evil killer was brought to justice. My brother Clint was the throat goat. But if he really did survive, but if he really had swallowed the enormous ring, it's inconceivable that no traces of its passage down his throat would have remained as internal trauma. No. Was my brother not the throat goat?
Probably not. And there you've arrived at the sticking point. That's precisely why I had my doubts about the findings 10 years ago.
Damn, so Mikotoba was helping us set it up from the beginning. He was like,
I'm going to lay down some hints. Pick up my hints, Naruhodo.
dang, Yujin really is the goat, man. And why didn't you say something at the time?
I did. I still remember the conversation I had with Dr. Wilson.
Damn, he tried to stop the fabricated evidence. Frick, I never actually had a voice for Wilson. Oh, look at this. Now, that is a very curious thing to find in a man's stomach, wouldn't you say?
But isn't that rather peculiar, Dr. Wilson?
Oh, he's younger.
Isn't that rather peculiar, Dr. Wilson?
Oh, what is thou, Mikotoba?
If he swallowed a ring of that size, with the sharp metal claws that it has, surely you'd expect to see damage in throat and esophagus. Torn mucous membrane at the very least.
Dr. Mikotoba. Dr. Mikotoba, may I remind you that I have vastly more experience than you.
I'm terribly sorry, Doctor.
I can think of plenty of ways to explain why this no injuries would have been seen. Wait, so Wilson really said, trust me, bro. He's like, how did that happen? Just trust me, bro. No, let's say this. The victim would appear to have ingested the item as evidence to identify his assailant. Go ahead, write it down.
So I was right.
Dr. Wilson deliberately fabricated the results of his autopsy to implicate my father! Damn, that sucks, man. That is awful. Man, I can only imagine being accused of something atrocious when you're innocent. I mean, we've all had something like that happen to us, like, for something, like, trivial. Like, my sister used to, my sister used to say, Daddy, Manakyn said the B word being bitch. And it's like, I didn't say the B word. Daddy, he said the B word. And I got sent to my room for something I didn't do. I still remember that day.
I'm disappointed, Counsel. That argument is nothing more than speculation. What? Dr. Wilson was Britain's leading authority on forensic science and autopsy work. There is no scientific basis on which to doubt the man's expert opinion.
No, he's not doubting his ability. He's doubting whether or not he lied.
Pardon the interruption, my lord, but damage to the mucous membranes of the throat is easily identified, even in living subjects. You go, ah, and I go, oh, look, the throat.
A device using an endoscope recently demonstrated practical use in France. I want one. The government can pay. The government is my mother now.
I don't think so. And Dr. Gory, rest assured that your removal of evidence in the stores without permission will not go unpunished.
Does that mean I can't cut up bodies anymore? We open up the dead to find the truth.
I beg your pardon.
But, Mama, she chose to stitch her corpses up with all her secrets inside. That's wrong.
Dr. Gory.
She's been thinking about what I said.
She's been thinking about me! Oh my god! She's chosen to walk a different path to her mama.
Yes, the ring.
What about the ring?
I've just remembered something. An earlier incident.
What incident?
The one I recounted to you before, about a memory I have of Genshin Asogi saving my life.
What? My father saved your life! This is a flashback, and we will have another flashback in this flashback. It was 10 years ago, on a foggy night. Genshin and I were walking down some back streets at a late hour. All of a sudden... See, look, this is the second flashback. There really is a flashback and a flashback here. This game loves their goddamn flashbacks. Oh, don't make a babe, you're coming with us!
All of our assailants were armed with pistols, their faces obscured by scarves.
This is a super ominous song, which I like.
Bang. The next thing I knew, there was silence all around. It was 20 different gunshots, but for some reason, 19 of them missed. There was nothing that prevented the assailants from aiming, but I suspected yet another entity, a third entity, deflecting the bullets. I don't understand, but on that night, I saw his ring glow just slightly. And then I blinked, and it was over.
Personas are rip-off stands, pretty much.
Genshin lay on the cobbled street. He was cursing under his breath. Something about running out of MP. I'm not sure what that meant, but I think he was simply exhausted. Blood was seeping from his left hand. He'd shielded me.
From his left hand where the ring was?
It was on the ring finger of his left hand that he used to wear the ring.
He just used all the OP moves. Are you saying...
I've always believed those thugs were after me. But now, I'm starting to question if perhaps I wasn't the intended target at all. Wait, but... Genshin was arrested 2 days after the attack. And in that short interval, the decisive evidence needed to indict him was miraculously found.
You mean the ring was stolen from him? You think that's what those thugs were after that night? Man.
Objection!
You're good, you're good, you're good, Kazuma. You're good. Damn. What's his name? Strongheart threw away Strongheart threw away like 50 men's lives just to stop Genshin. Like dang, man. There's no way Genshin could have lost that battle without like... Mystery. How's it going, Mystery?
You pathetic coward. You expect me to believe you weren't involved. What do you mean by that? It was you, wasn't it?
You're the one who took you took it. You stole my father's ring.
Objection!
Kazuma. Open your eyes.
Yeah. I mean, Kazuma is not in a good place. You're absolutely right, but dang.
Ryunosuke.
You must know deep down. The truth can be completely obscured even when your judgment is only slightly clouded. But at the moment, you seem to be floundering through a dense fog. That's why you were so insistent I should be present in this trial. Is it? To see you like this? To see my best friend, low and broken. That's not why I'm here, is it?
Well, this is an amusing spectacle. Go on, dance for me. What a grandiose expression on your face. As if you were Lady Justice herself. It seems you've thoroughly convinced yourself of this alleged fabrication of the autopsy results. So much that you're apparently blind to the blatant contradiction that would be born out of it. Though it's extremely hard to believe. Let us imagine there was some misconduct during the autopsy. If that were the case, why would Asogi not have disputed the findings in his trial?
Oh. Because he couldn't beat the allegations. Because he knew the person who was he knew the person that was coming after him was at the very top. He couldn't beat the allegations. So he had to come up with another way to get out, which was the whole escape from prison thing. In the closed court hearing 10 years ago, the defendant never once denied the claims against him. Isn't that right, Lord Van Zix? Yes, that is indeed correct. Upon hearing the verdict of guilty, he merely closed his eyes, accepting the judgment. The actions of a man who has accepted responsibility for his deeds and is resigned to his fate. But then...
Oh my. This is very strange. If Mr. Asogi did nothing to oppose the charges, then... that would surely mean there was no fabricated evidence.
That's not what it means at all. An obvious conclusion at which you should have arrived many minutes ago, Prosecutor Asogi. Your twisted loyalty and clouded judgment are hampering your ability for logical thought. Genshin Asogi's silence at his hearing can only mean one thing. There was no fabrication of evidence during the autopsy of his final victim 10 years ago. It's okay, it's okay, you can recover from this. You can recover from this. You can recover from this. If that autopsy was above board, there'd be nothing stopping Lord Strongheart to bring this trial to an immediate conclusion. Come on, come on, come on. Thank you, Ryunosuke. If it wasn't for your frank words just now, this trial may have very well ended prematurely. Kazuma? What's this latest absurdity? Counsel! Yeah, I mean, he might be cooked, so he had to come up with a different way, right? I am super into this. My lord. Your reasoning is perfectly sound. But for one giant hole. I beg your pardon. You claim my father's silence was due to the fact that there was no fabricated evidence. But there's another possible explanation, isn't there? You overlooked the possibility that he had a reason for maintaining his silence.
Objection!
Silence that would lead him to being convicted and sent to his death. The autopsy reports were an invention. There's no conceivable reason why the man wouldn't have protested.
Objection!
Oh, those results were an invention, all right. There's no question of that. Or are you forgetting that two people with a connection to the autopsy have already been assassinated? If I force the grievances I feel from my mind, I start to see you in a very different light. I think perhaps it's you who's been living in delusion these 10 years.
Kazuma-sama has created one last chance for us here, Mr. Naruhodo. If we can show there was a reason for his father's silence. A reason why he would have said nothing, even though he was innocent. Could it have been part of some negotiation?
Enough rhetoric. The court must be shown evidence.
Will Kazuma be strong enough to summon the persona like his father? Find out next time.
This is getting so good. Oh my god, I'm so excited. Oh my god, they're gonna get him. They're gonna get him. You got here so late. Well, welcome and thanks for coming, Mystery. Yeah, sometimes you gotta wait for tomorrow. Unfortunately, we're gonna catch Iris tomorrow. We will try to catch Iris. She's gonna get away, obviously. Right? We know that Iris is gonna get away. Yeah, I'm so freaking hyped to see how they catch him. Hopefully they catch him. No, do you know what would the greatest plot twist would be? Oh, I knew you couldn't catch me, Naruto. It was me all along. Even when I revealed that I could use more than 5% of my brain, you didn't realize I could actually use 10. You came here just to see the reprimanded. Yeah. I mean, when you get reprimanded by people you care about, that hurts, man. You're so glad. Thanks so much for hanging out with us today, Akiyama. Have a great night. Excuse me, that was a yawn. A pathetic shell of a man who can't think straight. Dang. Dang, man. Dang. My boy's been through some rough stuff, man. Cut him some slack. Oh, yeah. Another thing I wanted to chat with you guys about. Besides just Nintendo Direct, did you guys see there was like a big EU legal action in EU about microtransactions for video games? Yeah. Yeah, I'm really interested to see how that will go. Like something about like you have to like list prices in an honest way. Yeah, or something like that. You saw an analysis video on Kazuma. Did it say Kazuma's the homie? I wish they explored the concept of Kazuma coming back as a fully different person. That would be really hard to write. I would say that would be incredibly hard to write. That would be like super, 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 super hard to write. So I think Kazuma just coming back as Kazuma is like good. Something akin to Kazuma changing when he never really did. I mean, yeah, like you know, I think he grew. I think Kazuma grew, right? Or maybe he was forced to grow. Right? That's often how we improve ourselves. What was always hidden? Wait, what were you talking about? Yeah, oh, by the way, I learned what crash out meant today. It's like, I actually learned what crash out meant. This side of him? Yeah, exactly, right? And Ryunosuke being disillusioned about him. I thought he was cute, but it turns out he was hot. I am so sorry. I am the straightest Ace Attorney fan. The straightest Ace Attorney fan is absolutely still shipping dudes. Yeah, he definitely did idolize him. That is very true. Cost violently. Yeah, but oh my goodness. I am so excited. Your son calls me daddy. Whoa, I totally zoned out for a second. Do I still think Silk Song will come out this direct? I didn't see any anything about Silk Song in the Nintendo Direct. And I doubt it. Yeah, I didn't see anything about it. Oh, you mean the next Nintendo Direct? You mean like next week? Yeah, to be honest, I don't know when the Nintendo Directs are happening. All right, I'm looking at this. It says, one of the things on Google is Nintendo fans let down by lack of Zelda. Miitopia for Switch? I heard Miitopia was really good. And Tomodachi Life as well. Are people happy? I've never actually played Tomodachi Life. Tomodachi Life. What is Tomodachi Life? It's just a social simulation. Why would non-Nintendo indie game Hollow-like get a... I mean, it's not unexpected, right? There are some games that just announce across all of the things. So like the PlayStation Lives and the Xbox Lives and the Nintendo Lives. It's like, yeah, it's not impossible. Whether or not they will, I don't know. Yeah, Raiden from Metal Gear is dating Toriel from Undertale. Wait, is Tomodachi Life essentially The Sims, but with Miis? Is that what Tomodachi Life is? It's just The Sims, but with Miis? Sims plus Animal Crossing plus Insanity plus Bats. What? Oh man, I'm gonna have to check out some of the Wii games. It's like, I know some of you guys are super excited for like 100 Battle Defense Tower Last Stand Academy or something like that. Yeah, so I know you guys are excited for that one, especially all you freaking Danganronpa stupid heads out here. So we got that. I think that's coming out mostly for the Switch. You know, you know what was really surprising to me? Rain Code was for the Switch. Did Rain Code come out for... It was first released for the Switch on June 30th, 2023, and then it was released again later in July 2024. That is what really shocked me. Ace Attorney and Danganronpa fans have beef for some reason. I mean, they're both detective games, and they're both incredibly avid shippers. So, yeah, I can understand it. Yeah, but, yeah, I find it interesting that, what is it, I call them the new Spike Chunsoft, like 2Kyo games, whatever they're called. They're kind of weird, because, I know the people who made Rain Code are the same people who made, what is it, Tribe 9, the mobile game? Hey, Hapunwit, hope I have a good sleep. Thank you so much. I got Raiden with Toriel telling him he had to stop raising, he might be your son. I mean, to be fair, Alabama ain't got no problem with it. My best friend told me she had an avid Danganronpa phase when she was 12. I mean, to be fair, what a lot of 12-year-olds like is really stylized art and over-the-top stories. Because they can just latch onto that and essentially add whatever they want, right? So 12-year-olds love frickin' Danganronpa. You did play Miitopia, man. Frickin' Miitopia, man. It was the weirdest thing. It's Paper Mario, but with Miis. That's how I look at it. It's a fanfic generator. Functionally, that's what it is. You were hyper... Exactly. Another overly stylized art style plus weird characters and story. It has its moments. It does have its moments. I will agree with that. Let me check when the grocery store closes. I want to buy some cereal. Maybe some Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Oh, it closes at 12 a.m.? Okay, I'm good. But Ace Attorney stays strong. Ace Attorney is great, man. I still like Danganronpa, don't get me wrong. Like, I like the mystery stuff, but I think, there are... Okay, I'm gonna be honest. Being on the internet at the age of under 18 should be illegal. You should not be allowed to be on the internet if you are less than if you are younger than 18. No. We found him. We found him. Get him off the internet. Go. Get him off. Get him off. FBI coming in. 16-year-old detective. No, but in all seriousness, what I mean is like people who are like under a certain level of maturity, they get super fixated. And then when you're not really given a position where you're forced to learn how to socialize, you just can go onto Reddit and just talk about whatever you want. It's like that in and of itself is probably what latches on to why some of the fandoms are so bad. That's what I mean by that. Like, there are a lot of kids that, unfortunately, they don't really get the luxury of actually learning how to talk to people. If that makes sense. You act relatively normal on the internet. I mean, that's good, right? See, I think if we are capable of making the internet function the same way as real life, it's not bad, right? If you're actually forced to, like, you know, actually associate and socialize with people, I think that's great. But if you can be anonymous and all that stuff, that's one of the reasons why people's behavior can change so much. It's because up until this point in human history, humans never actually needed to learn how to socialize while anonymous. Because we don't need to, because it's impossible for us to be anonymous. Now suddenly the internet comes along and like, now I can say whatever I want and nobody will actually know who I am. There are no consequences for my actions. Of course people are going to act differently. YouTube's like your only social media. It's like, yeah. And you know, one of the things I do, and not saying that you guys specifically, but like when people say bad things in the chat, I try to hold them accountable. I don't immediately ban them. I say, hey, you know what, you should stop doing this, or hey, think about what you're saying, or something like that, right? And because, you know, that's how it works in real life, right? And so when you do like things like, you know, there are a lot of people who like go on to chats and they're just like, oh, because I'm anonymous, I can do whatever I want. Same thing with Reddit, same thing with like Twitter, same thing with every social media, really. Facebook, right? It's like Facebook, yeah, I guess you can say this is my name on social media, but like sometimes it's not. You can just do whatever you want. Yeah, so long story short.
What?
I'm so sorry. Anyway, I better get going. I gotta get some dinner. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today, guys. Time for me to head out. Last turn fight or spare, you choose, man. Wait, what? Last turn fight or spare, you choose. Wait, what? Anyway, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. See you later, guys. Thanks so much. I will see you guys. I forgot. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. Do you have any quests for me? That's the one I was looking for. I will see you all next time.